What is up, everybody? Today, we are diving into one of the most incredible, intense, and absolutely legendary dog breeds on the planet, the Belgian Malinois. I'm talking about a dog so smart and athletic, it makes other dogs look like they're moving in slow motion. But before you even think about bringing one of these superstars home, I'm going to reveal the 5 critical secrets you absolutely have to know. The information we're about to share could literally change your life, and more importantly, the life of a dog. I've challenged my team to find the most mind-blowing facts and the most insane clips of these dogs just for you. So, strap in, because what you're about to see will blow your mind. Are you ready to uncover the truth about the Belgian Malinois? Let's go. Filmed by our dedicated team to give you the most authentic look into the world of the Belgian Malinois. We went to incredible lengths to capture these dogs in their element, from their explosive energy to their laser-focused intelligence. We want you to feel like you're right there with them. This is more than just a video, it's an experience. We're going to break down everything piece by piece, so by the end of this, you'll be a Malinois expert. Let's get this thing started and reveal the first secret. Alright, let's kick things off with a massive misconception. A lot of people see a Belgian Malinois and they immediately think, oh, it's just a smaller, leaner German Shepherd, right? Wrong, that's like saying a cheetah is just a skinny lion. These two breeds are completely different, and it all starts with their history. The Belgian Malinois actually originates from, you guessed it, the city of Malines in Belgium. They were originally bred to be the ultimate herding dog. Think about what that job requires. You need a dog that's not just smart, but relentlessly driven, with endless stamina and a work ethic that just won't quit. They weren't bred to be family pets lounging on the couch, they were bred for a high-stakes, demanding job. This historical purpose is the key that unlocks everything else we're going to talk about today. It's the reason for their insane energy, their sharp intelligence, and their protective instincts. Imagine being a shepherd in the 19th century. You're not looking for a cute, fluffy companion. You're looking for a 4-legged partner that can work all day in harsh weather, protect your flock from predators, and respond to your commands in an instant. That's the DNA, baked into every single Belgian Malinois. They are the descendants of the world's toughest employees, and they haven't forgotten it. So while a German Shepherd was also a herding dog, they were bred for a slightly different style and have since been developed along a different path, especially in show lines. The Malinois, on the other hand, has often been bred with a laser focus on performance and workability. This has created an animal that is, for lack of a better word, an extreme dog. They are extreme in their energy, their intelligence, and their needs. This isn't to say one breed is better than the other, not at all. It's about understanding that they are fundamentally different machines. A German Shepherd might be like a powerful and reliable SUV, versatile and strong. The Belgian Malinois? That's a Formula 1 race car. It's built for peak performance, and it requires a skilled driver who knows exactly what they're doing. When you see a Malinois, I want you to appreciate its unique heritage. Look at the lean, muscular build. That's not for show, that's a body designed for explosive speed and incredible agility. Look at the alert, intelligent expression in their eyes. That's a mind that's constantly processing information, looking for a job to do, a problem to solve. This breed was so effective, in fact, that they became one of the first breeds ever used for police work in Belgium. They recognized early on that this dog's drive and trainability were off the charts. So, from the very beginning, these dogs have been associated with high-stakes, high-pressure jobs, from herding sheep to catching criminals. This is the foundation you need to understand. Before we even get into their energy or intelligence, you have to burn this into your brain. The Belgian Malinois is a purpose-bred working dog. They are not German Shepherds light. They are their own unique, intense, and demanding breed with a history rooted in hard, relentless work. Forgetting this one fact is the #1 mistake potential owners make. They see a beautiful, intelligent dog and they don't consider the hundreds of years of breeding that went into creating the engine under the hood. They are buying that Formula 1 car and planning to only drive it to the grocery store once a week. It's a recipe for disaster. So, as we move into the next chapter about their energy levels, remember this origin story. Remember the shepherd on the cold, windy fields of Belgium? Remember the police officer relying on their K9 partner? That is the spirit of the Belgian Malinois. And that spirit is what you will be living with 24/7 if you bring one into your home. Okay, let's talk about energy. And when I say energy, I don't mean your typical, oh my dog likes to go for a walk kind of energy. I'm talking about a level of energy that could power a small city. A Belgian Malinois has 2 modes asleep, and a full-blown, parkour-fueled, Tasmanian devil-style whirlwind. There is absolutely no in-between. If you think a 30-minute walk around the block is going to cut it, you are in for a rude awakening. Imagine waking up and before you've even had your coffee, your dog has already run 10 laps around your backyard, dug a hole to China, and is now staring at you, vibrating with anticipation for the real activities to begin. That is the daily reality of a Malinois owner. These dogs don't just want exercise, they crave it. They need it like they need air and water. It's not a suggestion, it's a non-negotiable requirement. We're talking about a minimum of 2 hours of intense, vigorous exercise every single day. And I don't mean a leisurely stroll. I mean running, swimming, fetching, agility courses, or complex training games. You have to engage their bodies and their minds. If you don't provide them with a constructive outlet for this energy, I promise you, they will find their own. And their version of a fun activity usually involves chewing your drywall, excavating your sofa, or redesigning your entire garden. It's actually kind of funny if you think about it. You're essentially living with a world-class athlete who expects you to be their personal trainer, coach, and activities director all rolled into one. Forget hitting the snooze button. Your alarm clock is now a 65-pound missile of muscle and fur landing on your chest at 5 a.m., holding a frisbee in its mouth, with eyes that say, "The day is wasting. Let's go, let's go, let's go." I've heard stories from Malinois owners that sound like they're straight out of a cartoon. Dogs that can jump onto the roof of a house from a standstill. Dogs that will play fetch until you, the human, literally collapse from exhaustion, and then they'll nudge you with the ball to get back up. They are relentless. This isn't a bug, it's a feature. It's a direct result of that herding history we just talked about. You can't just tire them out physically either. That's a rookie mistake. You could run a Malinois for 5 miles, and they'll take a 5-minute nap and be ready to go again. You have to tire out their brain. Puzzle toys, scent work, obedience training, learning new tricks. These are just as important as physical exercise. A bored Malinois is a destructive Malinois. Think of their energy level as a giant bucket that gets filled to the brim every single morning. Your job as the owner is to empty that bucket every single day. If you only empty it halfway, the rest of it is going to spill over and make a huge mess in your life. This is why they are not apartment dogs. This is why they are not for first-time owners. This is why they are not for people who enjoy a quiet, sedentary lifestyle. I want you to be honest with yourself. Look at your daily routine. Do you have 2 extra hours to dedicate to intense activity with your dog every single day, rain or shine, for the next 10 to 14 years? Are you prepared to make your dog's exercise needs a top priority in your life, above almost everything else? Because that's the level of commitment we're talking about. It's a massive lifestyle change. Your weekends will no longer be about brunch and Netflix. They'll be about hiking, training clubs, or trips to the lake. Your evenings will be spent practicing commands or playing scent games, not just relaxing on the couch. You're not just getting a dog, you're adopting a high-energy hobby that requires your constant participation. So, when you see those incredible videos of a Malinois running up a wall or catching a frisbee 10 feet in the air, don't just think, wow, that's cool. Think about the hundreds, if not thousands of hours of work and dedication from the owner that went into channeling that energy constructively. That's the real secret. The energy is a superpower, but only if you know how to wield it. If the energy level of a Belgian Malinois is a Formula 1 engine, then their intelligence is the supercomputer running the whole operation. These dogs are wicked smart. And I'm not just talking sit, stay, roll over smart. No, I'm talking about dogs that can learn complex, multi-step tasks in just a few repetitions. They can problem solve, they can open doors, and honestly, they can definitely outsmart an owner who isn't paying attention. This intelligence is a double-edged sword. On one hand, it makes them incredibly trainable. They pick up on commands with lightning speed. You can teach them almost anything, from advanced obedience and protection sports to goofy party tricks. Their capacity to learn is practically limitless, which is why they excel in military and police roles. They thrive on having a job to do, and love the mental challenge of learning new things. But here's the other edge of that sword. An intelligent dog needs an intelligent owner. If you're not consistent with your training, they will exploit every single loophole. If you give them an inch, they will take a mile, build a house on it, and rent it out. They get bored easily, and a bored Malinois, as we've established, is a creative and destructive Malinois. Their supercomputer brain needs constant software updates in the form of training and mental stimulation. Think of it this way. You wouldn't give a 16-year-old the keys to a Ferrari without first teaching them how to drive, right? It's the same principle. You cannot have a dog this smart and powerful without committing to lifelong, consistent training. Training isn't something you finish, it's an ongoing conversation you have with your dog for its entire life. It builds your bond and keeps their mind engaged. This means you need to be smarter than the dog. You have to be clear, firm, and incredibly consistent with your rules and boundaries. If you sometimes let them jump on guests and other times you don't, you're just confusing them. They will learn that the rule is optional, and they will choose the option that is most fun for them, which is usually jumping on guests. Their intelligence also means they learn the bad stuff just as quickly as the good stuff. If they learn that barking gets them attention, they will become expert-level nuisance barkers. If they learn that pulling on the leash gets them where they want to go faster, you'll soon have a 65-pound sled dog dragging you down the street. You have to be proactive, teaching them what you them to do, not just reacting to what you don't. Positive reinforcement is key. These dogs are sensitive and form strong bonds with their handlers. Harsh methods will only damage that trust. They want to work with you, not against you. When you make training a fun and rewarding game, they will move heaven and earth to please you. Their desire to work and their intelligence combine to create the most incredible training partner you could ever ask for. But you have to put in the work. This isn't a dog you can just send to a 2-week board and train program and expect them to come back perfect. The training is as much for you as it is for the dog. You need to learn how to communicate effectively, how to read their body language, and how to be a strong, confident leader that they can trust and respect. Imagine their brain as a field of fertile soil. If you plant seeds of good behavior, consistency, and positive training, you will grow a magnificent, well-behaved companion. But if you neglect that field, weeds will grow. And the weeds of bad behavior, like anxiety, aggression, and destruction, grow incredibly fast in a mind as sharp as a Malinois. So before you fall in love with their brain, ask yourself if you're ready to be their teacher for the next 10 to 14 years. Are you willing to learn about dog training, attend classes, and practice every single day? Are you prepared to stay one step ahead of a creature that is actively trying to figure out how the world works and how they can make it work for them? If the answer is yes, then you're ready to unlock the true potential of this incredible canine mind. Now we get to the trait that makes the Belgian Malinois a legendary guardian: their protective nature. These dogs form an incredibly deep and powerful bond with their family. To a Malinois, their family is their flock. And their instinct, honed over centuries, is to protect that flock with everything they have. This can make them the most loyal and devoted companion you could ever imagine. When they are properly socialized and trained, they can be amazing family dogs. They can be surprisingly gentle and patient with children in their own family, viewing them as a special part of the flock that needs extra watching over. They will be your shadow, your constant companion, and your ever-vigilant security system. There's a profound sense of safety that comes from having a Malinois in your home. However, and this is a huge however, that protective instinct can go wrong very, very quickly if not managed properly. Their natural suspicion of strangers is a feature, not a bug. They are not golden retrievers who will greet every new person with a wagging tail and a sloppy kiss. A Malinois' default setting is neutral but wary. They are assessing everyone and everything, constantly. This is where socialization becomes the most important job you have as a Malinois owner, right alongside exercise and training. From the moment you bring your puppy home, you need to expose them to as many different sights, sounds, people, and places as possible. The goal is to teach them what is normal and non-threatening so they don't grow up thinking that every stranger, every loud noise, or every new dog is a potential threat to their flock. Think of socialization as building a library of experiences in their supercomputer brain. The more positive experiences you give them with new people, well-behaved dogs, and different environments, the bigger their library of normal becomes. This helps them differentiate between a real threat and, say, the mail carrier just doing their job. A poorly socialized Malinois is a liability, a dog that can become fearful, reactive, or even aggressive. It can be kind of funny in a way. You'll have this fierce, brave dog that could face down a threat without flinching, but they might be totally freaked out by a plastic bag blowing in the wind if they've never seen one before. It's your job to be their confident guide, showing them that the world is a safe place and that you are in control of the situation. Their protective nature also means they might not be the best dogs for a home with a lot of visitors coming and going. You have to manage introductions carefully. You can't just let your friends walk into the house unannounced. You need to have a protocol in place to ensure both your dog and your guests feel safe and comfortable. It's a responsibility you take on as the owner of a powerful guardian breed. But don't mistake their seriousness for a lack of affection. With their family, these dogs can be absolute clowns. They can be goofy, playful, and incredibly loving. They will crawl into your lap, convinced they are a tiny puppy, and they will shower you with affection. You get to see a side of them that the rest of the world doesn't. You get the fierce protector, the goofy best friend. It's a beautiful duality, but it requires work to keep it balanced. You must be the leader of the pack. They need to know that you are the one who decides who is a friend and who is a foe. If you're anxious or nervous around new people, your dog will pick up on that and think they need to step in and handle the threat themselves. So when considering a Malinois, think about your social life. Think about your environment. Are you prepared to put in the massive effort required for early and ongoing socialization? Are you ready to be a confident leader for your dog in every new situation? If you can do that, you will be rewarded with one of the most loyal and loving bonds you can ever experience with an animal. We've covered their history, their insane energy, their genius-level intelligence, and their protective nature. The fifth and final thing you absolutely must know is that getting a Belgian Malinois isn't like getting a dog. It's like adopting a new lifestyle. It is a massive, all-encompassing commitment that will fundamentally change the way you live your life. And trust me, this is not an exaggeration. Think about all the requirements we've discussed. We're talking about a minimum of 2 hours of intense physical and mental exercise every day. We're talking about constant, lifelong training and socialization. We're talking about managing a powerful guardian instinct. This isn't something you can just fit into your existing life. You have to rebuild your life around the needs of the dog. Your spontaneous weekend trips? They now require planning a dog sitter who is experienced with high-drive breeds, which isn't easy to find or cheap. Those long days at the office? You'll need to arrange for a dog walker or doggy daycare that can handle a Malinois, or you'll come home to chaos. Your pristine, minimalist apartment? You might want to get used to a little or a lot more clutter in the form of puzzle toys, chew toys, and training gear. It's kind of like deciding to have a child who is also a world-class Olympic athlete. Your priorities shift dramatically. Their needs come first, their training schedule, their exercise routine, their dietary needs. It all becomes a central part of your daily planning. If you're not prepared for that level of dedication, this is not the breed for you. There's a reason why, sadly, so many Belgian Malinois end up in shelters and rescues. People are captivated by their beauty and intelligence from what they see in movies or on YouTube, but they are completely unprepared for the reality of living with one. They buy the Formula One car but don't have the time, skill, or resources to maintain it, and eventually, it crashes. This commitment is financial too. High-quality food to fuel their athletic bodies, vet bills, training classes, durable toys that they won't destroy in 5 minutes, which are expensive, potential property damage, it all adds up. You're not just investing your time and energy, you're making a significant financial investment for the next decade or more. But here's the secret. For the right person, this commitment is not a burden, it's a joy. For someone who loves an active outdoor lifestyle, who is passionate about dog training, and who wants a deep working partnership with their dog, the Malinois lifestyle is the most rewarding thing in the world. Waking up at 5 a.m. to go training isn't a chore, it's the best part of their day. It's about being brutally honest with yourself about who you are and what you want. Don't get a dog for the life you had, get a dog that fits the life you have. If you are a homebody who loves quiet evenings, getting a Malinois in the hopes that it will make you more active is a terrible idea that is unfair to both you and the dog. You are not just adding a pet to your family, you are taking on a partner that needs you to be their leader, their trainer, their exercise buddy, and their whole world. The bond you can form is unlike anything else, but it is forged in shared activity, mutual respect, and thousands of hours of dedicated work. So the final question you must ask yourself is not, do I want a Belgian Malinois? But do I want the Belgian Malinois lifestyle? Are you ready to make your dog's well-being one of the central pillars of your life? Are you excited by the challenge of channeling all that energy and intelligence into something amazing? If, after everything we've talked about, your answer is a resounding yes, then you might just be the special kind of person who is ready for the incredible journey of owning a Belgian Malinois. And there you have it, the 5 most critical things you absolutely have to know before even considering a Belgian Malinois. From their working origins to their unbelievable energy and intelligence, this is a breed that demands respect and commitment. We hope this video gave you a real, honest look behind those intense eyes and showed you what it truly takes to be a successful Malinois owner. Our mission was to create the best Malinois video on the internet to help both people and these incredible dogs, and we need your help to make it happen. If you found this video helpful or even just entertaining, please do us a huge favor and smash that like button. It tells YouTube that we're doing a good job. And make sure you subscribe to Animal Dynasty and turn on notifications because we have so much more insane animal content coming your way. Share this video with anyone you know who is thinking about getting a dog, especially a powerful breed like this. Spreading good information can literally save a dog's life and save a person from a world of trouble. Remember, bringing a dog into your home is a 10 to 15-year commitment. Doing your research and choosing a breed that genuinely fits your lifestyle is the most important step in that journey. Thank you so much for watching and for being part of the Animal Dynasty family. We poured our hearts into this one, and we can't wait to see you in the next video. Stay curious and give your pets some love from us.